I'm currently studying for one of my exams. Let me teach you about muscle contraction. So right here we have something called a neuromuscular junction. Here's your motor neuron. This little area down here is the muscle fiber. When a muscle needs to contract, an action potential comes down this motor neuron and it increases calcium concentration inside the motor neuron by an influx of it. This releases a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine from the vesicles inside. Now, when these acetylcholine neurotransmitters release down into the neuromuscular junction, they bind to these acetylcholine receptors, which are ligand gated, and they allow for sodium to influx into the muscle fiber. Now, when the sodium ions influx into the cell, it causes the cell membrane to depolarize or get more positive, and that causes another action potential to come down the sarcolemma of the muscle into a structure called the T-tubule. And on these T-tubules, there's a receptor, the DHP receptors, which then further binds to the ryanodine receptors that binds to the sarcoplasmic reticulum, which causes more calcium to be released into the muscle. Now, calcium is actually very important for the actual contraction of the muscle. When we have calcium released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum, it comes into the muscle fiber and it wants to bind to troponin, which is on the thin filaments of your muscle, to move the thin filaments. So then the thick filaments right here, the heads of them can bind to the actin, which can then further cause a power stroke or the contraction of the muscle.